Hi, welcome to Web Design video. This is a list of suggestions how you should use this video. So we have been doing the web design project and the notes can be found here. I also loaded here. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is we are going to make a logo. Okay, so we are going to make a logo here. All right, and we are also going to write down certain contact information here, which I forgot to put. Okay, let's do the logo first. All right, the most difficult part about the logo is actually to copy out this person and make this person a solid color. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to save my joint sidekick, of course, and then I'm going to save it as a different file name so I don't mess up the original file. So I'm going to do a file save as. I'm going to do jump sidekick solid color. Okay. And then I'm going to create a orange or bright yellow, neon yellow rectangle. Control C to copy, Control V to paste. And then I'm going to draw a big rectangle, yellow, on top of here. If you think it's too bright, you can actually change it to something slightly less bright. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. And okay, that looks good. And then since you're on top of the layer, look, since I save it as a different file, I'm not messing up my old file. So my old file is safe. If I mess up here, it's fine. And then I'm going to do a right click, create clipping mask. So this layer image is going to clip the solid yellow. Okay. And then I'm going to collapse everything because if I collapse them, I can select them later. I'm going to do an image. It's not image. It's under layer, flatten image. Okay, be very careful about when you do this. When you do this, you cannot bring back the old stuff. Okay, so all the layers will become one layer. Okay, so you have something that you can select with. So do a file save. I can do this because I have the jump sidekick original layer, so I'm not going to mess up things. Okay. All right. Now we can create the logo. So to do the logo, I'm going to do a. If you look at the size, you say how big you want your logo to be. The logo should be bigger than what you have here. So if I do new custom 2000 times 1000, that should be good. Resolution, depending on what you want. I think that's good. Black background. Okay. Since I'm only going to use it for the website, if you want it to be for something else, you can actually do 300. That's fine too. If not, 72 is fine. All right, let's do 300. So you have a 2000 times 1000 logo. So I'm going to save this as logo. type.psd. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to type horizontal type 2. Wipe. I think FD would be good. Or we just do pure white. How about that? Or F. All right, and then type 2. Franklin Gothic Heavy. That's good. Regular white. Center is fine. All caps. So our name is Lee's Martial Arts. So I'm going to select it, make it big. Let me bring out the window prop. The properties window is here, so that's good. Let me bring out the character window. Okay. $48. Okay, looks like a little bit too small, so let's just make it bigger. 60. 70. 70 looks good. All right, Lee's Martial Arts. 70 looks good. And if you want, you can add something to it. But I think this is good for now. Let's just add a drop shadow to it. All right, multiply 75%. You won't be able to see it, but let's do a 2. 135. Don't use global light. Size 2. 2 and 2. Okay. All right. And then we are going to do blue line. Pen tool. Shape. Blue on fill. Oh, sorry, no fill. Sorry, no fill. Stroke. Blue on stroke. In a really thick line, let's try 50, see how it goes. 50. 50 pixels, enter, press here, press the shift key, come over here, so that will give you a perfect straight line. 50 looks a bit too thick. Let's change it to 40. 35. Yep, that looks good. So you can move it to centralize it if you want to. But let me just, yep. That looks good. Okay. All right, the next thing, so I centralize it. Next thing is the orange text. Type 2, Franklin Cortex Heavy, regular, at least 150. Here, all capital LEES. Obviously too small. Select the whole thing. Let's try 200. Nope. 190. 180. Move. $185. 190. 185. 187. Okay, I think that's good. You can still resize it later, but I think it's good for now. Okay, let's move it down a little bit. And then move this up a little bit. And move this up a little bit. Okay, now it looks great. File safe. Okay, and the next thing we are going to do is to bring the person over. So I'm going to just do a selection. And then I'm going to use, do an edit copy. Come over here. Do edit paste. Obviously that thing is huge. So zoom out. Move, make it smaller. And you want him to be somewhere here, but it's on top. We move him on top, and you realize that he has a black background. That's not good. So use the magic wand tool. Tolerance default 32 is good. Click on the black stuff and press the delete button, or you can do a cut. So you cut out the black background. And now you can rename this to, oops, sorry. Now you can rename him to Kick. Okay, you can rename the shape to Line. And if you want, you can even make the kick bigger, but I think that's good enough. If you want, you can even make him slightly bigger. Okay, commit, and then attach a let me fit on screen real quick. I cannot even see what it looks like. Hold on. Character off. Maybe I just zoom in a bit. Okay, select the cake and then attach a stroke to it. I want a stroke, 10 pixels, outside stroke, and I want it to be pure white. Pure white is a bit scary. Let's try FD, 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 FD. Yep. Both. Okay, so we finish our logo, do a file save. And we need this logo, so I need to save it as output first. So I do not want to destroy this file, so I'm going to file save as logo output. Now I can close my logo. Okay, it's already closed. So I have my logo saved here. So if I mess up this, it's fine. Okay, now I have to copy this over. Before I copy over, I have to flatten it. And you cannot undo this, but I save another logo file, so I can always use that one. Okay, and then you do a select. Edit copy. Go back to index. Edit paste. Make sure you paste into the top banner. So select the jump sidekick, so you will go into the top banner. Edit paste. And it's huge. Zoom out. Select again. So now you can resize it without even doing the scale. And you want to move it here. Zoom in again. And use the arrow key. Looks good. And use the magic wand tool to select the background and do a cut or delete. Background is gone. So if the background is gone, when you do this, it will not look awkward. Okay. And then rename this layer 13 to logo. File save. Now we have our logo and the jumping person both there in the top banner. So the next thing we want to do is to create things like contact information and latest news. Okay. All right, I'm going to put something here real quick and type 2, Badana, regular 24 point, color is FD, FD, FD. I'm just going to type something here. A left aligned. Okay, that's not good. Let me bring out the characters window. And make sure it's not capped. Make sure it's Make sure it's not capped. Make it smaller. Let me just move this one here. And then here, I am going to have latest news here. Okay. So later we're going to add this in and add a fire and all the good stuff. Okay, do a file save. And we are almost finishing the top banner with the school information and latest news coming up. That's a good place to stop. This video is getting too long, so we're going to stop this, and then we are going to come back to the video soon. Okay, see you soon. See you later. Bye.